extreme way your parents kept things fair? My parents forced me and my sisters to physically experience each other's pain because they believed triplets should remain perfectly equal in all things, including suffering. Dad built torture devices in our basement designed to inflict precise amounts of pain to match whatever injury one of us sustained. Mom kept detailed logs of every scrape and bruise we'd experienced since birth to ensure the suffering was distributed equally. When Annabelle broke her arm falling off her bike at age 7, Dad held Jane and me down while Mom snapped wooden rulers against our forearms until we screamed at the same pitch as Annabelle had. When Jane needed dental surgery, Annabelle and I were strapped to chairs while Dad extracted one healthy tooth from each of us without anesthesia. Equal pain, equal bond, he'd chant while we sobbed. They homeschooled us after teachers started asking about our matching injuries, telling everyone we had a rare genetic condition that caused sympathetic wounds. They moved us to a rural property where the nearest neighbor was miles away, eliminating any chance of outside intervention. As we got older, the pain sharing became more sophisticated. Mom installed medical monitors to measure our pain responses and ensure they matched exactly. If I got food poisoning, my sisters were forced to drink Ipecac until they vomited the same number of times. When Annabelle got migraines, Jane and I had to stare into strobe lights while listening to deafening sounds until we collapsed. Our parents documented everything with photos and videos, proud of their innovative parenting that would guarantee we stayed bonded forever. They convinced us that without this shared suffering, we'd grow apart and die alone like the separated triplets in their fake case studies. We tried to escape when we turned 15. Jane had been secretly saving money from selling handmade jewelry online, and we planned to run away together. But our parents had installed trackers in our shoes and caught us at the bus station. The punishment was severe. They made us hold hot coals until our palms matched the blisters on Jane's hands from when they'd caught her. After that, they withdrew us from even online activities and monitored us constantly. We tried telling a delivery driver we needed help, but Mom intercepted and convinced him we were mentally ill triplets who shared delusions. He left thinking he'd witnessed a sad medical condition. When we were 17, Annabelle got pregnant after our parents forced her to attend a religious youth camp to socialize normally for a week. She hid it for months, terrified of what the equality punishment would be. But when Mom found the pregnancy test, she wasn't angry about the pregnancy itself. She was excited about the challenge. This is the ultimate test of your bond, she said. All three of you will experience motherhood together. She started researching how to simulate every aspect of pregnancy on Jane and me, from morning sickness to weight gain. They force-fed us hormones that made us nauseated and gain weight. They attached weighted bags to our stomachs that grew heavier each month to match Annabelle's belly. When Annabelle felt the baby kick, they used electrical pulses to make our abdomen spasm. We begged them to let us leave to get Annabelle proper prenatal care, but they said the local midwife who'd agreed to help was all we needed. This midwife was another extremist who believed in alternative birth experiences and saw nothing wrong with our parents' plan for synchronized labor. Dad spent months constructing a machine that would replicate labor contractions using electrical muscle stimulation and hydraulic pressure. He tested it on animals first, making me watch as he forced pigs to experience simulated birth pains until they passed out. Mom interviewed dozens of mothers about their labor experiences, creating a minute-by-minute pain schedule she'd follow during Annabelle's delivery. They cleared out the garage and set up 3 medical beds side by side, one for Annabelle to actually give birth and 2 equipped with Dad's torture devices for Jane and me. 3 days ago, Annabelle went into labor. Our parents' faces lit up with excitement as they herded us all toward the garage. This is it, girls, Mom said, the ultimate test of your bond. They strapped Jane and me onto our tables while the midwife tended to Annabelle. Dad connected electrodes all over our bodies and showed us the remote that would control our pain levels. Remember, he said, you need to dilate together, crown together, push together, perfect synchronization, or we start over. Annabelle's first real contraction hit, and Dad pressed the button on his machine. The pain that shot through my abdomen was unlike anything I'd ever experienced, a crushing, twisting agony that made me scream until my throat burned. Through tears, I could see Jane convulsing on her table while Annabelle moaned through her actual contraction. Mom clapped her hands. Perfect, that was beautifully synchronized. The contraction ended and we all gasped for air. Hours of agony passed with each contraction perfectly matched across all 3 of us. Then the midwife checked Annabelle and her face went pale. The baby is breech, she said. We need to get her to a hospital for a C-section or both mother and baby could die. Mom and Dad exchanged looks of horror, but not for the reason I expected. A C-section? Mom said, but we don't have the equipment to perform surgery on all 3. Dad was already moving toward his tool cabinet. We do have scalpels. If one gets cut open, they all get cut open. He pulled out 3 identical blades and handed 2 to Mom. We'll have to do it ourselves. Equal cuts, equal depth, the only way to maintain balance. Full story on the channel below.